this Dylan's number?
Hi, yeah, this is Dylan. Can I ask who this is?
It's Amy, silly!
I'm really sorry. I don't think I know an Amy. At least not personally. Where do you know me from?
Huh? Don't tell me you don't remember me.
If it's not impertinent to ask, do you mind giving me your full name at least? I might remember then.
Fine, if you insist. It's Amy Wallace.
You don't happen to be Ms. Wallace from the accounting department.
Ding ding! He finally got it! Goodness, Dylan, you're so slow.
I'm sorry, it's only been about a few weeks since I started working at our company. I've only just now started remembering all the names and faces in my team alone. I barely know anyone outside of our department. I only remember your last name from when my project manager mentioned the names of all the senior staff at our company.
Oh, okie dokie. No worries then. But now you have no excuse to forget who I am. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course. Can I ask what this is about? It's a little bit late in the evening for work-related queries. I usually don't answer any messages until I'm back at work the next morning.
Oh, don't be silly! This isn't work-related, Dylan.
How did you get my number in the first place? I've only invited my project manager and other coworkers that started with me.
Oops, I forgot to tell you. I told one of the girls that started with you that I need your number for future projects, so she gave it to me.
Oh, is that so? How nice of her to give you my number.
Right? Anyway, I better get going. Lots of work to do tomorrow. Good night, Dylan.
Yeah. You have a good evening too, Ms. Wallace.
Dill, thanks for today.
Yeah, not a problem. It was nice getting to spend some time with the team outside of the office.
You should have just let me pay for your drinks, though, Dell. I can't believe that stuck-up manager of yours said we have to pay for our own stuff.
Ms. Wallace, there's really no need for you to have to go that far for me. I don't mind paying for my drinks.
Don't be silly. I don't care if the roles are reversed. I am a bit older than you, so I get to spoil my coworkers every now and then. Next time, just let me buy you a drink.
On that note, I wanted to ask you something.
Oh? What's up? You know you can ask me anything.
Could you please refrain from calling me things like Dill at the office? I would prefer if you could just call me Dylan.
Oh. Why though? Don't you like my cute little nickname for you? Dill is my favorite herb after all.
That's nice, but my coworkers and other staff members are starting to ask me about it, and people are giving me weird looks at the office. You don't call your other coworkers by anything other than their proper first names, so I would like you to please stop using that name.
Giving you weird looks? Just ignore those people. Why should you care what they think about us? If you're going to let them walk all over you, then you'll never get out on top.
Us? I'm sorry, but my interpersonal relationships at work are going to suffer if you make things awkward at work with nicknames and such.
Enough about this boring talk. Tell me, are you busy this weekend?
Huh? No, not particularly. I can't say for certain.
Oh, lovely! That's great to hear.
Why do you ask? What do you mean that's great?
Don't go making any plans now, Dill. You better look forward to this weekend.
I don't quite understand what you're saying.
It's a secret, silly. Can't ruin the surprise.
I don't really enjoy surprises. They give me heartburn.
Just relax. You can spend your weekend like every other. Don't worry.
Hey, sis. I got a call from you a few minutes ago. Is everything alright?
Dylan! Hey,
I'm at the hospital at the minute, so I can't call right now. You fine texting right now? Yeah, that's fine. What happened? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. My husband got in an accident and he had to be transported to the hospital. What? Is he okay? What happened? He was out for delivery and some halfwit drove into the back of his car while he was driving on the highway. Can you believe that? Is he going to be okay? What's the situation? Luckily, the crash wasn't that severe. He didn't sustain any life-threatening injuries, but they still had to take him to the urgent care center. Thank goodness. I'm glad it wasn't anything serious. The problem is that the urgent care center he was taken to is pretty close to where you live. Wait, you're saying he's at the St. John's General Hospital, near my apartment? Yeah. I had to scramble to get all my things so I could go to the hospital with him. I didn't get a chance to grab much before leaving. I was hoping you'd be okay with me staying at your place until Sunday, since it's so close and everything. Oh, yeah. You can't really go back and forth from the hospital, since you guys live over an hour and a half away from here. I was planning on staying at one of the Motel 3s here, but they're all fully booked for the weekend, unfortunately. Now that you mention, one of my coworkers told me there's a big rock festival in the area this weekend. That's probably why all the hotels are booked. Yep, that would explain it. Of course I don't mind you staying over. You're always welcome. Thank you so much. You saved my bacon. I really appreciate it. No problem. I'll come check in on you guys once I'm done with work. I should be done by 6:30 p.m. I'll let you know when I'm at the hospital. You can come back to my apartment with me after that. I'll grab us some dinner on the way back. Don't worry. Thank you, really. I don't think I would have been able to drive all the way back home tonight with all the stress.
I do! I hope you're ready for this weekend. I'm heading to your place right now. We can spend the entire weekend with each other. Just us two. Don't worry, I'll cook you dinner and everything. Let me know what you like. And then after dinner, we can see where things go. I'll see you in about 30 minutes. Don't keep me waiting.
Good lord, dude. I didn't know the place you lived at was this sketchy. You should move to a safer place. Huh? What do you mean? My neighborhood is pretty normal, though. Did something happen? I think some crazy junkie just tried to have a go at me outside your apartment. She must have been on something because she was yelling like crazy, saying, "Stay away from my boyfriend's apartment, you stalker," and stuff. I don't know, she looked like she was in her 30s from what I could tell. I know that's not your girlfriend, obviously. She's way more chill than this weirdo. You don't have some crazy stalker ex I don't know about, do you? No, of course not. You know I've only ever gone out with my current girlfriend. Are you okay, though? Yeah, I'm fine. She managed to land a few hits before I could get in. I think my lip is bleeding, but that's about it. Who the hell was that, then? Do you think she got the wrong apartment or something? Oh, no. It couldn't be. She didn't happen to say she was Amy or something like that. Yeah, actually, she did mention that before I slammed the door in her face. She's a senior employee at my company. I saw one of her messages saying she was coming to my place before I opened our chat. I didn't think she was actually serious, and besides, I never told her where I live either. That's creepy. Has she been stalking you? Yeah, I'm really sorry you ran into her like that. I've only really seen her at our company's social nights, but she sends me really uncomfortable texts the whole time despite me asking her to stop. I don't know how she figured out where I live, though. We can figure that out later. She's still out there yelling at the top of her lungs for me to get out of your apartment. Do you think we should call the cops or something? No, let's not do that. I'll try to defuse the situation before we resort to calling the police. Just don't respond to anything she says right now. I'm scared it'll just make her even more angry. All right, gotcha. Amy! What are you doing at my apartment? Someone contacted me about you being over there. Tell me exactly what's going on there immediately.
Oh, Del, thank goodness. Quick, you need to get over here ASAP. There's some crazy stalker lady at your apartment. She somehow got into your home. I couldn't stop her.
That's my sister.
Wait, what? Is she really your sister?
Yes. Her husband got into an accident and had to be transported to the hospital nearby. She's staying over at my place for the time being.
I didn't know. I never heard anything about that.
She had to come over on short notice, that's why.
Well, then why aren't you home then?
She asked me to go out and get us a few things for lunch. Why?
You could have at least told me about this, even if it was on short notice.
Well, regardless, please don't cause any more trouble for me like that. My neighbors are already messaging me to ask what all the commotion is all about. They're going to have a bad impression of me after this.
I can't exactly be blamed for not knowing she was your sister. Guess we'll just have to hang out some other time then. I obviously don't want you to think I'm persistent or anything like that after all. But, mark my words, we will have our dinner night together. Dill! Sorry we couldn't have our dinner date last weekend, huh? I was pretty bummed out that we couldn't spend some quality alone time. But let's not dwell on the past. We should think about our next date. I conveniently noticed that in the company's personnel records that your birthday is next Saturday. How lucky that I noticed that just in time to celebrate.
Huh? What do you mean? That's private information. Did you seriously go through those personal records to find my birthday? Don't tell me that's how you found my address as well.
Oh, Dill, it's not like I'm looking through everyone's records. It's just a little thing between you and me. No need to worry. Plus, I'm sure you would have told me eventually, so what does it matter really?
What kind of reasoning is that? That doesn't make any sense.
No point worrying about the details right now. Let's talk about our date for next weekend. I was thinking we should book a room for just the two of us at one of those fancy hotels so we can celebrate your birthday. You know, with the silky bed sheets and fancy champagne. I actually already booked us a suite because I know you'd love the idea.
What?
See? We can spend the evening drinking champagne and looking over the city lights below us. Staring deep into each other's eyes. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing what? Booking a sweet romantic getaway just for the two of us?
Why did you book a suite without asking or telling me anything? Do you actually think I would go along with any of this?
Well, of course, silly bee. We didn't get to have our dinner date last weekend, so I said I would make it up to you. And since it's your birthday, I can't not spoil you. That's what we're doing this weekend. We're spending your special day together, just the two of us. And when the sun sets, we can spend the whole night getting to know each other. Oh, and if you play your cards right, I might just let you propose Saturday night as well.
What?
I know we've only known each other for a little over a month now, but I think we're ready to move to the next stage of our relationship. We can live happily ever after.
Amy, how do I say this? I have a girlfriend.
What?
She confessed her feelings to me right around when she graduated from college. We've been going steady ever since.
Huh? You lied to me!
Lied to you? I never told you I was single. I never had any feelings for you to begin with either. How can you call that lying?
No. Feelings? That can't be true. Don't say you never felt anything for me.
I don't believe I ever once did anything to give you mixed signals. You were the one going around thinking there were mutual romantic feelings. Show me one text that gave you the impression that I even had a shred of feelings towards you.
But that you would always ask for me first when you came into our office. You clearly had a thing for me. That's the only reason I can think of.
Amy, you're closest to the door whenever anyone comes in, aren't you? Of course, you're the first person someone's going to ask for.
Well, that may be true.
For someone who just started working there, and that doesn't know most people working at the office, it makes sense that they would just ask the first person they saw once they came in. Right? It's not like I was going directly to you every time so I could talk to you specifically.
Yeah, but... Well, about that date we had at the bar the other day. You can't tell me you had drinks with me just for the heck of it. You must have wanted to have a date with me.
I went to the bar alone after work to catch my breath after the stress from starting at a new place, and you happened to be at the counter when I ordered a drink. You came over by yourself and followed me to my seat without asking me if I was okay with that. Luckily, some of my coworkers came in a few minutes later and joined us for some drinks because I was really uncomfortable with the situation.
I thought you wanted some company.
I just wanted to blow off some steam after my first week working at a big company. I was about to enjoy my book when you came over to me.
Oh.
Even though you were from another department, you were still a senior staff member, so I couldn't just tell you I wanted to be alone. I wasn't going to say anything, but you forced my hand. Especially after you assaulted my sister.
What are you saying, Dill?
You abused your position and power at work to peruse confidential documents at work. You looked up personal information so you could find my date of birth and home address. Then you used that to try and intrude on my personal property, and when you saw my sister at my apartment, you assaulted her. Thanks to you laying your hands on her, she sustained injuries to her mouth and lips. I got proof of her injuries from the hospital after taking her in to get examined. I'll be filing a report to the police as well. I've told HR about all of this.
Wait, Dylan! You don't have to go this far. Please!
Someone from HR should be calling you to come in any moment, I believe.
Dylan! Why would you?
Ms. Wallace was requested to meet with the head of HR and a compliance officer in an empty meeting room on the 10th floor. At the time, I was waiting in a meeting room on the 11th floor. I was told I can go home early while they deal with the incident. It seems they considered it to be a high likelihood that Ms. Wallace might cause a scene while they interviewed her, so they told me it would be best for me to go home instead. After her disciplinary hearing, she was summarily dismissed from work and her contract was terminated. Rumor has it that she even moved back to her hometown. With regards to the complaints I filed against her, I spoke to her parents about the entire affair and they all agreed to settle the matter out of court. We drafted up an agreement that included the compensation for my sister's hospital bill and a restraining order against Miss Wallace. However, it was later discovered that she had driven 2 other male co-workers into resigning from the company from all the harassment. She was ordered to pay for the distress and damages she caused due to her actions. Her parents are reluctantly helping her pay back all the money, but in return, she has to help them out at their business. She won't be having any free time for relationships or any such things for the foreseeable future.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content. See you next time.